Mm, mm, Yummy. Oh, good morning. Hopped on first thing. Again, my stuff is weird. So, yeah, hopped on first thing. It was daylight savings last night. So naturally, it's really late. My body thinks it's later than what it is. So I'm coming on nice and early, but fresh out of slumber. Got my coffee going. Welcome to Weird and Woo Woo. We get weird, we get woo woo, kind of in the name. Stick around, grab you a cup. We're going to settle in for a little bit of coffee and tarot. Perfect timing, Sunday morning. Gonna see what kind of messages there are today, okay? It reminds me of like the energy is kind of like it was intense last night. I don't know if anybody else did some astral walking and weird stuff, but like when I tell you the headache I woke up with at first, it was kind of intense. But yeah. There was also like a clearing of some timelines. It's a weird feeling when you do. Like it's this weird like this weird feeling right across the frontal lobe when you do, and it's like when you do that and you wake up and you're like, oh gosh. And I remember it, and I'm like, and you don't know which night you're gonna. So it's just a weird feeling. So, like, how long does your rain season usually last, Kelsey? I guess it's because it's kind of like spring going into summer for you all. I would assume we usually have a good solid month here, and it's when it happens. Ugh. See, my son's the ooh, it's raining outside, and I'm like, I need to get outside kind of a person. Really? I guess everywhere's a little different, I guess. So, all right. This deck has been calling to me. I don't really know what they're going to be talking about today. They haven't really given me much of a heads up, but it was kind of nice to be able to get on nice and early. And I think I'll probably sit outside some today. It's like too cold right now for me to get out first thing in the morning. But I'll get out there eventually. And I think I might actually go in nature today because I need to. Hey, Manishka. How are you all? They're talking about, they're showing me nothing in regards to this reading. Okay. I'm going to send out a message to the private chat. There we go. All right. At first, when this first card came out, I was like, that doesn't even feel like the truth, right? And then the second card came out, I was like, okay, I get it. Because the first card is danger, right? And I'm like, huh? But I feel like there's a bit of like feeling like something has been in a, they just said precarious. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't feel like danger. But we'll say precarious spot, like where you think there might be danger. But the second card is renewal. And it's almost like maybe feeling this or somebody thinking that they're facing some kind of impending danger, but really what ends up happening, it's like being pulled out of it is what it feels like, being pulled out of that phase. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Now, we had these cards last time. What? Okay, I'm going to put this over here. This is the way they're giving it to me. There's a bit of danger and renewal on this side. And then there's danger and upheaval on this side. And then the word command. Almost like it's by your own command as to which way it goes. And I'm like, who the fuck would be like, I want an upheaval. I want to, like, you know what I mean? I'm going to now put these back because I feel like that's going to play a factor. I feel like they want me to put it back. I think can I? Not that that's not relevant, though. That's the weird thing. I'm like, well, why can't I just leave it on there? And I'm like, what, you want to try to pull out another danger card for, like, you know what I mean? Like, how many danger cards do we need? Like, because we just used the 2 that's in the deck. And I'm like, okay. So give me just a second. I don't know where we're going with this. That's a weird one. Not that it's not relevant. We got revolution. I don't know how it's as if, and this feels a little bit like the command, like it's reminding me of the card in this one. By your own command, you bring yourself here. You have nothing to fear. Like a revolution is one that's usually incited by the person, right? Like it is, and it does create upheaval, and it does could create situations and circumstances where the human or the ego would feel like danger, right? Like it's almost as if it's like the revolution occurs because you're facing certain danger that you no longer want to deal with. But in doing so, it's like you in inciting some type of a revolution in your life, which usually has the connotation of some type of dismantling of something. They've had me look it up before, like dismantling of something in your life. And it's like having to walk through that danger to have the renewal. It's going to upheave everything. It's like they're showing me somebody lighting a match to something. You know what I mean? And it goes, and there's always danger with that. Or perceived danger. You know what I'm saying? But it's like a danger you'd rather face than the danger you're currently facing. And then we have caution. discovery. I think that's what it's like. So the one where it was like danger and renewal is this feeling of this is the way out, like lighting a match to something, right? But then over here was like the other danger with upheaval, and it's like the fear of what that upheaval may bring, the unknown, right? Because it could be a totally different danger, and it's like, at least over here I know how to exist. So somebody is contemplating lighting a match to something and just letting it burn, starting a revolution in their life, upending or dismantling something within their life. And so someone is feeling cautious about this revolution. And it's almost as if, I'm going to save these two cards. It's weird because they keep having, there's always one left at the end, and then I end up bringing it around. Like, it's like I don't know. This one's strength and turmoil. And they're like you have way more strength. Like, it's going to require less strength, less wherewithal, less wear and tear on you to light this match and dismantle this thing than it is to have endured it. It's like it's gonna be less, like somebody's afraid of, like, I can't, like, I don't like I don't have the strength, I don't have the ability, I can't push through this. After all that I've been through, and they're like, that's exactly the reason why you can. Because something about letting something go up in flames is going to be less hard. This renewal, this restart, this just whatever it is going to be so much easier and peaceful than existing in something. And this is the curious one. We've got discovery and seduction. And I think that's where we're going to read cards. I guess they didn't want me to have too many cards on here. Or they wanted me to put those cards away because it's like, that's not it. It's like, it's ready at your command. Like, this is going to happen when you say now. So if you have a fear, if you feel like you're looking at something and you're like, if I don't make a choice, Spirit's going to do it for me. The only thing you have to fear is consistently staying in that situation or circumstance you've been in and what that could entail. It isn't going to be something that Spirit does. This has to be something that you choose. Madame Endor's fortune telling card. Craving. Why does that feel ancestral to me? There's something about the flavors in that. Something about the cherries, LP, that just gave me very ancestral. Something about the cherry. All right, so we're going to look at discovery and seduction. Discovery feels like a path you're going to discover. I've got no cards that indicate it. It's just like it's what it's coming through as. And there's going to be a very seductive path that you come across. We've got the moon. You'll be guided through darkness. Because right now you can't foresee this path. Like, it's just something that doesn't seem, it's not available to your sight right now. But then we have revelry and indulgence. I feel like between seduction and it's like, there's some path that's going to be available to somebody that I think somebody's thinking very practical right now and thinking, and there is a path that's going to arrive or something that you're going to come across. And I gotta be honest with you. I think this path, this thing that you discover, it's like, ooh, hadn't thought of it. There's something about it that ignites my sacral, and it feels like luxurious. It's like, scrap luxurious, indulgent. There's something about it that you get to indulge yourself in. I don't know why I want to say it like this. It feels like it hypes up my sense of self-confidence. It hypes up my ability to focus on me. Like, there's something about it that makes it feel like it's all about me. You know what I mean? It's really enjoyable. It's fun. But it feels like something. Like, I don't want people to think I'm talking like going out and having fun and partying. That's not what I'm talking about. There's something that's going to be, you're going to stumble across, is the way they give it to me. I think that's your opportunity. I'm trying to think of a scenario, guys. I'm trying to think of a scenario to it would be like, this is far-fetched, but because my peon brain this early in the morning without that much coffee, can't think of another scenario. Imagine you going, I don't have the money and I need a new job and blah, blah, blah. And you meet somebody who's like, oh my gosh, I have to travel for the next 6 months. And they just hit it off with you. They think you're amazing. And they're like, I promise you, if you house it for me, I will pay you every month. I'll pay you really good. It's just, like the idea of leaving something alone without having somebody taking care of it is dangerous. You know what I mean? Like, it makes their place a sitting duck kind of thing, right? They want it lived in and stuff, or like that kind of thing. And you're like, are you kidding me? Just to be there. And they're like, so like, what is and they offer you more than you were making at your job a month, and you don't have to worry about the bills. It's all taken care of. Just if you can just keep it keep it going, make sure you do all the normal checks and everything, and you can stay there. And it's like an answer to something. It's an answer to something. And it's almost like you were looking for something very practical, logical, right? To I guess, I don't know, but why are they showing me the match thing? Because it's like, in stumbling across some really appealing, alluring option, if you choose it, you are setting fire. That's the start of your revolution. And over here, it's like they're giving it like, we have jealousy leads to downfall. And here's the thing is, to me, it's almost as if this would be something that somebody like why does she get to have that? Why does he get to have that? Why like are you serious? I'm over here struggling, and you get to like, it is it's like an easy option. It is the kind where it's like, I feel like somebody gets to regenerate and rejuvenate and like make it all about them. It's some discovery. Some discovery is all about a person, and it's like their rebirth. But there's something here about choosing this. See, they describe it in such a way, I'm over here going, so why would somebody see this as, oh, it could be dangerous, I don't know what will happen? Is it that you're looking further down the road going, yeah, but what about in 6 months? You know what I mean? Like, what about in, and then you have like this strength and turmoil. It's like, you have the strength to do this. Why? I mean, this doesn't look like it requires much strength. So I'm confused a little bit here. So I know I'm missing something. Are you afraid you're going to get used to this? And then after the fact, it's going to be hard. Like, what is it? Okay. We're going to divine doors. I don't know where this is going. This is one of those where it's like all over the place, and we'll figure it out at the fucking end, apparently. The between the seduction and the revelry and indulgence, it feels like an encouragement to say yes to things. You're looking for some practical answer and path, and maybe some of what's presenting itself seems like temporary, and so you're like, no, that can't be the answer, because it's there's a temporary energy to it. It's appealing, but you're like, you know what? That's like a Band-Aid on a heart attack. I can't do that. I got to do this. And they're like, there's something about saying yes to those things. And that's where the guidance is. It's almost like the trail, the breadcrumb trail. It's like one thing leads to another. But it's something where it's like, I feel like somebody might be jealous of how something unfolds for you. I don't think we've had something like this. See? The nomadic wanderer lies deep inside, so take a leap now. Don't crawl back and hide. Because the wanderer is almost like, feels a little bit aimless. That's where I feel like somebody is really in I want to see things long term. I want to plan things out. It's that practical, organized, okay, if I go this and then I do this and this feels like I do this and then this and then maybe that, and it's like there's no rhyme or reason. So it's like something, it isn't a long-term plan, and it's like they're wanting you to be flexible, malleable, to kind of just go with the flow. That's that you will be guided through darkness. Forgive and forget. A ritual cleansing of pain and lies. See, this indulgence and revelry and seductive thing is, it's like, it feels good. It's something that, like, there's almost like you can go the path where I work to get to a certain something, or you can go the path where it's like fun, like I'm not worn down. Everything I do is almost like I just want to touch myself. Not in that way. Okay, like I just want to be like, why am I getting something so early in the morning? Oh, only my mother would send a message to me that early. Can I just tell you? I know everybody knows. My mom. I'll send her a message later. A ritual cleansing of pain and lies. Arise and awaken and see a new sunrise. I feel like the path you're going to go down may feel like a lack of security, a lack of sometimes we'll choose things where it lasts a little bit longer so we can settle in. And this feels like it goes with the reading the other day of like choosing things for you and letting your heart lead and that kind of stuff. Like what feels good to you. This is what it really feels like. It's like, I'm going to go with what feels good. That's yummy. You know, that kind of thing. And it pays off in a way that other people will be like, how come I can't have something like that? It just feels like that. It feels like that. And I feel like more this is arise and awaken and see a new sunrise. We've had these before. We've had all three of these cards before. Patience. Everything soon will come to light, and then you will see things will be all right. If you don't understand how something's going to pan out for the long term, that might just be exactly where you need to be. And I think it's leading you to a path to discover a particular path. Let's ask about that. Ask about this path. Where are we going? Okay. Sunlight Tarot. And I feel like you're like, the patience part is a little bit like not understanding why and not understanding how and not understanding like, you know, like, well, why is this? And where's that going to go? And like, I don't know. It feels like it's really in the moment. Because when you constantly spend time in the future, like you're trying to plan out the long, you're always looking to the future and you're not looking at yourself. You're not doing for yourself in the moment. You're not. All right, now's the time for clarity, Spirit, because I've danced all around it. We have the Page of Swords and the Justice card. This is abso-fucking-lutely almost like it is getting either confirmation, I heard that, or a message about some level of justice. It's like getting a message that puts things right. Nine of Cups with the Queen of Pentacles. There's something about a wish to be able to handle and manage it all. Queen of Pentacles, she is like the step to the Empress, right? It does have a very indulgent type of energy. But Queen of Pentacles is more like everything's taken care of, everything's handled. You're put into a position of being able to manage it all. Why does this feel like something's going to happen? So this is what it's like. I feel like I'm on a path. And they're showing me, they're putting me like chess pieces in my path on certain aspects. And I think that's their version of like this first, then this kind of thing. And this feels like something comes in. This Justice card has a bit of like a finality to it, like finally, like something comes in finally, like they're showing me like having to get through red tape and things like that. If something comes in, it's like I know that would be the judgment card that we would think is a final, but with justice, this is almost like reaping something that was owed to you. We had that before. Something coming in that's owed to you. Nine of Cups is like a wish fulfillment, personal contentment, happiness, everything finally being balanced out and being taken care of, being able to manage everything in life again with the Queen of Pentacles. And it's almost as if something, it would be like getting a bunch of money and thinking, okay, I'm going to come up with a long-term plan on how to do X, Y, and Z and blah, 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 right? And they're like, could you maybe just indulge a little bit? Remember we were talking about like something about taking care of the self and doing, and it's like, because it feels in that, like it's like something more temporary. Like that's great and all, but it's like when something is put back in balance, you get some type of justice and wish fulfillment. You, instead of sitting in the moment and enjoying it, you're like planning for the next thing. They're giving me the Adele song, I Set Fire to the Rain. And I think the reason you want to is because this is like a moment. This is a moment that kind of like, it's like, I think the thing going up in flames is your old life. That's the revolution, right? You're going from danger to renewal. But remember, it's your own command. So it's like, obviously you have to choose this, but they're asking you, it feels like it feels like you are so grateful for some type of revolution, something to happen in your life that you were like, you're taking caution on it. You're like, I'm not, like, it's almost like a safety net. I'm going to make sure, like, you feel like you've been in what you've been in because of some of your poor decisions, your poor choices. And it's like, you're going to take this opportunity and run with it. And you're going to make sure that it never happens again, kind of thing. There's this caution here. And so it's like, it's almost like, I don't know, but I mean, I do know, but it's like, they want you to take some time for yourself. They want you to indulge. They're like, don't worry, we're going to guide you. So it still feels like the practical route. Like this would be like somebody, okay, I'm going to take this and I'm going to learn how to invest, and I'm going to invest it in this. And then it's like you got no fucking break from that danger to this danger. You're still living like danger's still there. And they're like, it's not. It's like, that's fueling you. And they want you out of that. You know, people who are so fearful of that, they plan everything out. And it's like in that, you might miss something because over here, you're supposed to discover something. You're supposed to kind of like get out, indulge, do things. And the guy being guided through the dark is like, you know, it's not a cerebral, I'm a planner. I'm not saying don't be smart with whatever option or opportunity you get, but I am saying that don't be so tunnel vision. That's why they're showing me the path and the chess pieces. And it's like a tunnel. It's like a hallway. It's like a tunnel vision. And they're like, there's something to be discovered. There's something that's going to be put along your path that you're meant to indulge in, that's supposed to kind of pull you in. It's almost like following the breadcrumbs of enjoyment and indulgence a little bit. Like, oh, I want to do this. They're like, do it. You fear impending upheaval, though. That's where the danger in the upheaval card was. Because it was like, no. I know how this is. If I don't take advantage of this, and if I don't plan it out just right, and if I don't do it just right, then shit could happen again. I could lose it. And I'm not going to lose it again. It's not going to happen again. And so it's like, there's a need. It's like, I feel like you're going to be okay. You're going to be taken care of. There's a need to somebody definitely is going to be like, there's some level of like whatever you're getting would make other people jealous. It would be like they want it that easy. You're going to be able to go and indulge and do things. And it's something about indulging in those things, like little things, like wandering, like it feels like there's no master plan, right? Like that's what it feels like, you know? If I'm over here and I'm like, I'm going to do this, this, and this, it's like you jump right into fucking work. You jump into, you're taking the energy of something negative is going to happen again into it. And they don't want you to do that. I mean, there's being smart, and then there's something about the self. You need to take care of the self. You need to rejuvenate the self. You need to recoup. Like it's like indulging and enjoying, and this like taking the very seductive paths that just satiate the self versus the ego, the mind. And I think your caution stems from the level of confirmation sneezes, turmoil you've been in. You think you've got to have it all planned out and all figured out, and Spirit's like, I'm going to take you for a ride. That's where the nomad wanderer, like, be willing to just like roam and let me show you the way instead of you trying to figure it out, plan it out, plot it out. Like, it's like going on a fucking road trip and saying, this is the exact route that I'm going to take. And then you start going and there's detour and there's traffic and there's an accident. And it's like, just go with the flow. There's something about this where it's like, you can't step into this revolution, this new whatever, you know what I mean? Having everything already planned out. So you kind of need to like slough off the old pain, the feeling like the shoe's gonna drop again. Like I did something wrong. That's where the forgiveness is like, it's like, because it's also like forgiving the self too, right? It's like you feel like you fucked up somewhere. And so like, you're not gonna do it again this time, right? And they're like, that's not exactly true. And it may feel like it puts you in turmoil to try and choose you. Like you feel like you need to make sure something doesn't go wrong again. This is making sense now. And they're like, patience, it'll all make sense. Because what happens is there's something you're meant to discover. So if you feel like it's almost like there's synchronicities to pull you in this direction, it's like, ooh, and there's something about doing this for this period of time that feels right. You know what I mean? And there's something about this time that feels right. And it's like, having something as indulgent and luxurious as living in a mansion for 6 months, taking care of somebody's stuff. It's like, you feel like but that puts me on pause. Like I need to make sure my path is, or my future is taken care of. And it's like, that's like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying you're maybe put on pause, but it feels like it pulls you away from that. I don't know. It's something like, okay. Two of Pentacles. See, it pulls you away from a trajectory you thought you were moving. We've had the Two of Pentacles, which is, remember, in this particular deck, it's like taking the next step on a path versus like having to choose between things. And it's like one foot after the other moving along something. So you're already on a path. And then they're like, you are going to walk away from something that, from what you thought you were going to do with whatever this revolutionary opportunity or thing is. We're going to clarify the Page of Swords here in just a second, what that information or that justice is that's coming in, right? So you're on a trajectory. You pre-planned before you ever got this information. Like, if I just got this is what I'm going to do. And Spirit's like, okay. Because we have the Eight of Cups showing up after the Two of Pentacles. So some path, a trajectory that you had already plotted and planned on, and you were just waiting to take the next step. And then you have the Eight of Cups where you're going to walk away from it to go to the Ace of Pentacles. So you're going from the Two of Pentacles to the Ace of Pentacles. It's like a detour. It's like best laid plans. Ha 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 ha. It's definitely a level of flexibility that needs to be occurring right about now. Oh, this one feels right. Page of Swords. Tell me all about the Page of Swords and the Justice card. And see, in the beginning, you know how like with the cards as they were coming out, I'm like, I can't see where this is going. I can't see what you aren't going to be able to see. That's the energy of this. You're like, I think that's intentional. You just told me no. Did I do something wrong? Shifted. I feel like my brain started to go a certain direction. They're like, no. Let me pull a different card. Have you noticed I put a lot of cards back today? And I don't usually do that. Rare. But I put a lot of cards back. Almost as if certain things you thought would be like, no. Okay. Well, I am so glad, Mishka, because it made no sense to me. Mm-hmm. I'm like, huh? What? Give me a moment. Okay, I feel like I need to. Page of Swords, justice. I can't. I got the Moon card again, and they just keep saying revealed, something being revealed. The Moon card feels like this. Well, it is this Moon card also, where it says you'll be guided through darkness, and so it's like somehow like being highlighted just enough, not being able to see everything in the clear light of day, but having enough light, like having enough shown down on specific aspects, like the idea of being able to follow a path. And it's almost like you don't need to see everything because that might scare you. They want you, again, they give me that hallway, that tunnel. And we have the pieces. It's like just go down, like follow the crumbs. Just follow that. Like, I feel like almost if you knew everything, you might dismiss it, like, oh no, kind of thing. That's where this discovery is. And they have to put things in your path to kind of pull you down a certain way, that seduction. Like you're meant to kind of like follow along. And so the Moon card is kind of like revealing certain insights, certain things. It is following the intuition, but it is something being revealed slowly to you. But with the Page of Swords, it is something being revealed to you that you felt was, we have the Seven of Pentacles. They're showing you the Two of Pentacles over here, like a path that you had started. Oh, I get it now. It's not a shift between a path. It is a path that you went down, didn't get very far, and walked away from at some point. You abandoned. And it's like a restart for that. Like maybe you were meant to go down this path before. Something scared you off of it. And so now it's like they've got to place certain things. They want you to follow the things that you feel drawn to, those little crumbs, the things that will seduce you down this. It's like a come hither here type of situation. Maybe it's something you set fire to the rain. You set fire to it previously. Like this revolution was something that you were worried about. That's why it was like the choice was between danger, a perceived danger. Like there may be aspects of this path that you see as dangerous. Right? Like in chess, you see, you know how like you try to see certain things. When you see the grand, like I'm getting Queen of Swords, like I see the grand things, so I don't have to plot and plan. But in that, something pulls you away from it. Eight of Cups. And so it's like starting that over again. It's a path that you have attempted before, or that spirit has attempted with you. And so this way, it's almost like they're now, this time, not everything is going to be seen. And they're going to put little things in your path. And rather than you trying to figure it out, because like I feel like something comes in, this Page of Swords comes in, and you're like, okay, I'm going to figure it out. And they're like, you're not going to be able to. You need to follow the crumbs. You need to follow the things that feel right, that feel good. There's something about it's like putting things in somebody's path that really like they want to indulge in. You know what I mean? There's something here. So this may have been an attempt that spirit did before, but you were too fearful because you saw too many potentialities. And it's like, I'm just going to put a bunch of little things that are really amazing, like a new opportunity and new this, and you're going to be going down this path without ever fucking realizing it. Because you've been too scared to full on go. But if I make it look like, oh, this is a cool opportunity, you get to go stay here for 6 months, you know, rent free, and you get to save up money. And then, ooh, just before that, another opportunity. And it's like, before you know it, you end up where spirit wanted you to be. It's Seven of Pentacles. They're giving me like failure to launch. And the funny thing is, we have the Seven of Wands, which is the positive taking care of yourself, knowing what you want, standing up for what it is that you believe, and standing by that kind of thing. It is the self-care, self-respect, self-nurturing, confident energy, that Seven of Wands, mixed with the Ten of Cups. And then this deck is called repletion. It's like replenishing things. They may have been trying to get you to replenish before. I don't know why I'm getting like 2022. I'm feeling 2022 when you were supposed to take care of yourself. And I think you were like, no, no, no. Like somehow taking care of yourself, doing for you was the right way to go on a path. But you were like, no, 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 no. I need to secure the bag. I need to secure this. And like you were like plotting and planning and da da da. Just be with me right now. Your path is not going to fucking be what you think it's going to be. Okay? I'm just saying. Like, I feel like spirits tried to get you go down a particular path before. They've tried to get you to choose this path. They've tried to get you to light that match for the revolution in your life, right? But all you could focus on was the danger. And I feel like you ended up, because of that, you trying to really plan it all out just so. Like, no, 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 if this is the way to do it, you know what I mean? And Spirit's like, no, actually, the thing that you're meant to discover, that path that you're meant to get onto, like you've been maybe trying to figure out your way forward for quite some time. And they're like if you would just do what we say, do this over here and do this over here, and maybe you felt like that was like indulging and taking you away, right? Like that was the danger and upheaval. No, if I do that, then like shit's gonna hit the fan again, right? I got to figure out how to keep this momentum moving. And instead of doing what you should have done, you did other stuff, and it's almost like the opportunity was squandered. There was a failure to launch, almost. You know what I mean? And Spirit's like, we're telling you seriously, if you do this, and so like Spirit's like, oh, we figured it out. We gotta make you think it's your fucking idea. We can't show you everything on this path because you're gonna be like, okay, this is how it's gonna be. And instead of following your intuition and following the guidance, the moon, and like going with the morsels and taking care of yourself, because there's something about the idea of indulging in certain things. So like they're putting things in your path that you would like, that regenerate you, that feels good, that is like teaching you how to choose for you, right? And it's like you wouldn't do that before because your mind kept taking over. Because anything that felt like ooh, that would fulfill me, ooh, that would make me feel good, you felt like if it makes me feel good, if it fulfills me, it's almost like I am just satiating those parts of my ego and not really going out about things with a plan. And it's kind of like Spirit was like, actually, had you gone down that path, it would have led you would have discovered your true path if you had just done it. So now there's like a totally different approach. This is like a reemergence of starting something that you failed to do before. And it's almost as if it's like you're not going to see everything. They're not going to give you the opportunity. It's almost like, you know how like sometimes you got to make somebody feel like it's their idea and it's the only option. So you go and do it. Ding, 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 ding. This ties into the message that I had earlier. It was like the other day when I was like, sometimes we think it's not the right path because it's too easy, because it fulfills us, because it, you know what I mean? That's like, it's not hard work. We think that it won't lead to the next thing. We think we're going to squander something. So whatever is about to come in, this Page of Swords is going to balance some motherfucking shit out. It's going to balance some shit out. And it's like, your job is to be flexible. Is to go there. So you may feel like, and again, it's still by your own command, but it's like Spirit's trying to take a different approach with you. Like sometimes, remember when I said like the Seven of Cups, like we want freedom, but we don't realize what that means. Like, I just want to choose what I want to choose. And then sometimes when we have too many options before us, it almost makes us feel like there's no options before us because I don't know what to do. I don't know how to, you know, where do I start? What do I do? Seven of Cups, too many options, too many opportunities. Too many, what if it's the wrong one? What if it's, and we get into that, and we stop. Spirit was like, okay. So she says you want is freedom. But this bitch ain't doing nothing. So we need to narrow the path down. Okay? Because when the path is wide open and she can move in any direction, she freezes. Yeah, well, how do we get her to start moving again? I'm saying her just because it's like, pretending like it's me or something. And it's like, how do we, like, this is how my spirit guide talk. And it's like, well, we got to put something in front of her to entice her. And so then you know what I mean? And you see it and you're like, it's the only option I've got right now. So you go to that. And then you go to that. The thing is, it's like, it's something enticing enough. It seduces you down the path. They're leading you somewhere to discover something. I feel like all these little things that feel temporary and not long term are like luring you to a place where you get to discover something. That's what they're saying. They're like, patience, things will soon come to light. Like, you'll see, just follow the breadcrumbs. But there's something very rejuvenating about this. So it's almost as if it's like kid gloves. Like, you still have to choose it, but we're going to help you. Like, did it feel so wrong? You were so conditioned to choose something that felt so good and so fun and amazing. And it's like, you felt like that was going to lead to more upheaval, the rug being ripped out from underneath you kind of thing. Oh, shit's going to hit the fan again if I go that direction. I'm going to squander this stability. I'm going to squander whatever. And they're like, no, that never was. So they are almost, it's like slowly but surely revealing certain things to you, right? And the Seven of Pentacles is the idea of multiple seeds having been planted, right? But only one pops through. That's the idea. That's what leads us to the Eight of Pentacles, because the thing that comes through is the thing we get to focus on then. And you've not really known how to move forward because you didn't know where to focus. Like, you needed help focusing. Okay. I get it. I get it. And I don't know why I feel like this too, because it's almost as if I'm questioning when this revolution happened. I'm almost wondering if you set fire to something and then you're like, oh shit, there's no going back, but I don't know how to move forward. They said that's not important. I'm nosy over here, and they're like, let's move on. The sun. It will come to light. Everything will soon come to light. It will come to light. But right now, it's like you're meant to go, you know what I mean? Whatever is about to present itself, this Page of Swords, you may feel like is a little more, I don't know. There's just something, it's so not the practical long-term something that you thought would come next. Like maybe you felt like something was coming and it's not going to be the big thing. It's going to be the morsel to keep you going down the right path, because there's some concern about presenting the big thing to you right now that you may jump ship. You may pump the brakes, because we have the Four of Pentacles, which is the not turning back, but not moving forward. It is the stalemate. It is the immovable. And then it's like Spirit has to do something to get you out of that. That Temperance is to balance this out, to bring you back into harmony, right? Because this pumping the brake is not it. Hence why Three of Cups, which was coming out a lot in the last read is there's something a level, like they have to put something that you feel really enticed to do, that you'll indulge in, but it's not the long-term thing. It's not, it's something that is rejuvenating, that brings you to life, that they want you to indulge in. It feels fun, and it's like it's going to get you where you're meant to go. And it may be a short term, or something that gets you to the thing. But it's something that it's almost as if, because see, even in the discovery card is the moon, right? You know how like you're walking through a forest and you can only see the certain beams coming through, and you can only and then you walk into an area where the moon is so bright and you can see it all. Like there's a level of something being revealed. The path you're about to take, starting with the Page of Swords, is going to lead you to your justice. Okay, and it's almost like one step after another. You're not gonna see the long term. What's the point of something right away? You will be a little bit in the dark, but when I tell you, it's almost like, and you may like I don't know why I feel like I'm not supposed to choose something, because that's not going to solve anything. That's just like I feel like it's like that's where the word luxury came from. It's like, it's the idea of that really does nothing for my future. It's just something right now. Like if you're meant to go on a trip, or if you were meant to go off and do something, or go stay 6 months, like, okay, well, that's great. You've got something for right now again, but what are you going to do with the rest of your life? Huh? What are you going to, it's like that. But it's like these things take you somewhere. Spirit's guiding you. There's been a failure to launch on something before. You got afraid. It's all going to come out in the wash. You're going to realize it soon. And it's almost like ensuring success. This is going to ensure success. It's going to ensure your justice, your karmic rewards. Like it's almost like further down the road is where it resides. You've always been able to recognize and acknowledge the danger of staying where you're at. But you also felt like there was a danger in creating that upheaval. Like there was just another upheaval waiting for you. The fear of not being able to see things clearly 100%. The fear to choose something that was right for you. I just feel like it's as if Spirit was saying, hey, for the next 2 months, I want you to just take a break and do this and get out and have fun. And you were like, hey, I've got $10,000 in the bank. If I do that the next 2 months, then I'm going to run out of money. Like $10,000 doesn't last forever. I need to go ahead and get on the ball now. I need to figure something out. Da, 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 da. And they're like, no, you need to do this. Because see, here's the thing. They were leading you down a path, the path that you were meant to be on. But the fact that you stopped prematurely and were like, no, no, I'm not going to do that. You never ended up where you were meant to be. What if there was a person, place, thing, situation that you were supposed to be put into and you never did because you didn't do what Spirit said? And the thing you feared is the thing that fucking came to be. You fought against it. You're like, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to, and it didn't work. And come 2 months later, you've been through this money. You didn't go, you weren't put into, it's like, that's why they're kind of like, do this, now do this. And it's like, things are hidden from you. You have no choice but to go down where the lit path is, where the moon is shining these morsels. You don't have a choice this time around. There was a failure to launch before. In this time, I just feel like they're playing It reminds me of, I hate to talk like this, but The Incredibles, the cartoon Disney movie, The Incredibles, and Jack, and it's like, I think it's Incredibles 2, and like they're on the ship, and like, the brother's trying to get Jack to come, because he's a wild little thing doing his own, and they're like putting little cakes on the baby's, like, and then like kind of thing, just to get them to come a certain direction. Because it's almost as if, like, if they were to tell Jack, go in there, he'd like, no, I'm gonna sit right here. It's almost like that. Like if Spirit said to do this, like they did last time, somebody was like, no, I know, I'm doing it this way. You can't expect that of me. So Spirit's not gonna do it this time like that. Love you to pieces, but it is what the fuck it is. I'm just not saying. So, and while they're not giving me this, it's like the next step, the next thing is going to come in. Let's find out when. Let's find out, if we can, about the arrival of the Page of Swords. Because I feel like I'm walking down a path and the moon is like lighting that path, but over here is nothing but darkness, and over here is nothing but darkness. Technically, I could go any direction, same as before. I don't know what about 2022 it is. They're bringing that year. And it's like, you could have then. It's almost like giving you the impression to just walk down this one. But you're moving. That's all that fucking matters. You're moving. I'm just saying. You're moving along the path. And there's going to be something to discover down this little path that you were always meant to discover. That was early in the reading. It was always meant for you, kind of thing. So let's talk about a little bit more. Now that we understand it a bit more, let's talk about this. This is just like, it's not a struggle, but it's like, like somebody has really, I can tell somebody has fought against this. And again, still by your own command. I feel like back then, you stop things by your own command, and Spirit's like, I'm going to try a different tactic. But I mean, technically, still by your own command. Thank you. Hermetic Tarot. I really love this deck. A lot of people didn't have it before. I've seen it gain in popularity really over the last 3 years. It needs to flip out right. Okay, hold on. You see how I keep going, no, let me be ready? Like, I feel like somebody's like that. I don't think that you're good. I think that you've that's what been the problem. Let me just be okay. Let me just, and it's like, no. Earlier launch. Okay, Page of Swords, please. Give us a different perspective now of how this is going to arrive. Tell us more about the I feel like each step is going to be a variation of a wish come true. Like maybe so much has been missing that you're like, oh, yes. You're like, oh, I have a yes, like yes to this. Like everything's going to be a yes for you, because we have the 10 of Cups, 6 of Wands. It's almost like they're going to have to give you, it's like a victory, like little victories that are like, ooh, it feels like it's when you have been so without every little thing that starts to go right. It's like, it's like giving you little victories to ensure you keep going. I think that's what those breadcrumbs are. So you keep going down the path. It's like not giving it all at once. Excuse me. I need, because it feels really good. Transformation death card. Whatever it is, it's a burden being lifted, okay? It's almost as if it's like instead of removing all the burdens at once, I know that sounds really weird. I just feel like there's like maybe somebody's been in such a stuck place that there's so much depravity, is what I want to say, in someone's life that they're like, I have so many things that I need to take care of. And it's like they're going to give you one. It's almost like, oh, well, we're going to make sure we take care of this right now. And then the next thing is going to be, oh, your health gets to come back. And then this gets to, it's like little things where you're like, and you keep moving forward and you keep moving forward, and it builds momentum and excitement. And you're like, I'm on the right path. And it's like little victory after little victory after little victory. Yes, yes, yes. And you keep going for it. Because this is like the 9 of Cups with the 10 of Wands. And at the bottom, it says Lord of Oppression and Material Happiness. 9 of Cups. And so this is some sort of victory. Some level of success in something. And it makes it okay, I can't make this up. 2 of Wands is all about taking action towards something, and then it has a Sun card. It's as if it's like each little victory, each little win keeps you going in the right direction, points you into the next one. It's like from this standpoint, I can see the next one. When I get to it, I can see the next one. And that's how they're going to light the path. It is taking action towards success. There is okay, guys. There is something called positive inquiry. You utilize this in any business, in any trajectory of life. Instead of always looking at, and this is also the tarot, right? Instead of always looking at, like when businesses aren't doing well, or something like, like they need to make a change, a shift. What they'll do is they'll look at, instead of, a lot of people's standpoint is this has happened and we need to fix this. And they always look at the problem. And they have found that if you focus on the problem, you won't fix it. But if you focus on in the areas where success has happened, where success has already been established, where it's already been proven to be, and you build upon that and you start from there. So it's almost like the answer is in the successes that you've had. So you're going to get it's positive inquiry is what it is. So if you focus on the positive and only take action towards that, you end up resolving any difficulties that there are. So they're kind of like, we're going to motivate you by giving you little successes. And these are the morsels. And it's going to lead to a new beginning, a discovery of something. So to me, this is almost like the snowball effect, right? Like to get you going and give you momentum. It's like one thing after another. And it's meant to build up this desire, this motivation, and this follow through in you to keep going and keep going and keep going. It's like, oh, that worked. Okay. And then you go again. Oh, that worked. It's like more and more and more until you finally arrived. How many times have we abandoned something because we didn't feel any level of success on something? We couldn't keep going. They're like, okay, we're going to try this differently. We're going to give you a little bit here and here and here and here. It's just something. It's a path you've given up on. You bailed on before, and you're like, you walked away from. Trying to find your 9 of Cups, even though that path was your 9 of Cups. And it was too much for you. And so they're going to help you. And instead of you always seeing danger, they're going to let you focus on a success. Oh, look, you've achieved this. Let's cultivate that. Oh, look, another morsel. We'll go towards it. We're going to black out everything else. Just follow the path until suddenly there's a discovery. I wonder what the discovery is, and then we're going to call it quits. Golden Universal. Always on here forever. It's your people. We have the Two of Cups with the Ten of Wands, which is all about no longer doing it alone. Something that's in alignment with you, so that you're gonna discover how to do something where it's not difficult, how to build something where it's not difficult. How to sustain something. You're going to discover how to do something where it's not hard work. It's going to lead you to a path where you find the people that are in alignment with you. You find the help, the support. Give me one card to really seal the deal, please. Where fulfillment and success meet. You're going to discover the path of fulfillment and success all in one. Success does not have to be burdensome, does not have to be laborious, does not have to be, the path to success does not have to be oppressive. Because when you find the right path, it's not. When you find what's in alignment with you, it's not. Like I said, it was like 7 of Cups before, too many options. I think if you have not known how to move forward and you've looked at a multitude of different ways to do so, and you just feel like it's overwhelming, and you just wanted some type of inclination, you're about to get that. You're about to have some success, and that's the path you're meant to follow. And you don't have to worry about how to make it this great big grand thing. It's going to be one success after another. And you just keep following those. Keep following those. And it's going to take you to a better way of knowing. It is like following and finding discovering your true path. The one where you're supported in life, where the universe and the world around you supports that. You obviously haven't felt supported, and you have tried to find a way to do it on your own. Hence why the I'm going to think 20 different ways, and I have it all planned out, and it's all good, and no, spirit, I can't do that because X, Y, and Z, like, no, I have to do it like this, because you wouldn't let yourself rely on anybody else. You wouldn't let yourself see how to get there any other way. And it probably left you questioning whether that was actually your path or not, hence why you abandoned it. There's a lot of factors that fell into that as to why why there was a failure to launch. So Spirit's doing it a different way with you this time. Alrighty, guys. All right. Hope that finds whoever it's meant for. Hope everybody has a fantastic and wonderful day. And I'll see you guys later this week. Enjoy your Sunday.